Hello. Oh, one person. Hello, one person. Hello, few people. Hi. Just gonna give it just a minute. Here, while we're waiting for people to say hello. Hi, Janet. Take a look. Hello, Jim. Alright. I know it's Friday. I'm sure people have other plans, but... Hi, Matt. We miss you. Hi, Brandon. Alright. While we give it a half second. This isn't actually part of what I wanted to talk about today, but these are, yay! Hi, Mark. These were cast by, from Bob Castley release, and I believe some ended up at the zoo, and they ended up here. Alright, we got a few people. Welcome. My name is Maria Castley. I'm the Chief Archivist and Tours Manager at City Museum. This is Musings with Stephanie and Maria. We're going to take a look at a few things around the museum while we're we have people here. It's crazy. Hi Jim. Hi Keith. So yeah, we're going to take a quick look at a couple models from that they did the base of the sculptures on, and then also a project they're working on in Architecture Hall. So pretty good. And if you can't hear, or if you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments. And if you can't hear me also, because it can get really loud in here, just like yell at me to speak up and I'll just shout. Okay, so let's see. This is on the third floor. We're on the third floor right now. This is the original model for the whale, one of the original models. Sorry, my hand's shaking. You can kind of see it changed a little bit. Like that part there isn't there anymore, or they didn't end up making that. The whale was one of the first like major sculptures that they completed inside the museum. This model of the serpent fence. This was the first completed project for the museum. They did that before they finished that before they finished anything else to kind of like establish what the museum was going to be and like show that something crazy was coming, which they did not disappoint there. Yeah, then actually the serpent fence they can be found throughout a couple other places in St. Louis as well. So there were some in some schools, New City School and I think St. Margaret's, I believe. This is from the Triangle Restaurant in Chicago. The color pieces are from that building, and then the Castley crew ended up adding on some more there as well. I always really like this one. Let's see. I know, Jim, we can't wait to have everyone come back. We're excited. We've been working all week trying to get it ready. It's different, but I think it'll be good, and it'll be good to just kind of see everybody again. It's a polychrome terracotta. So this part isn't open to the public yet, but it's something that they're working on. I think that was a birdhouse, it looks like, which is pretty funny. Let's see. Oh, and, hold on. So you can kind of see this is the, this is how it was originally, on its original building. But we ended up, they kind of changed things around to make it fit within the museum, like however we can. So they ended up moving some of the pieces around. Oops, sorry, you went too fast. And then there's another piece from the same facade over here. A little quieter. So, definitely still a work in progress. Hi, Kenneth. So this is from that same 1920s Spanish revival style facade, the polychrome terracotta. And this will be leading, and I think that that part behind there too, as well. So this is another entrance to the Architecture Museum once we get that finished. Paul, our resident part of the crew, our stonemason, he's been working on this for a little while now. Yeah, it's really gorgeous. And then another part that people don't get to see all the time, that isn't accessible right now, is some of the models that they would use for the museum. A lot of times, especially when Bob Castley, our co-founder, he would kind of just like start building and then kind of do the model afterwards occasionally, or kind of just like tweak it as they go along. So some of these don't end up actually looking like they do. The finished product doesn't look exactly like the model. But this is part of from the aquarium, it looks like. It's a little hard to see, but we've got this guy. So this is an older blueprint from the first floor, the floor plan. And this was an installation. Mark might be able to tell me if this has ended up being anywhere. This looks like it might be Toddlertown though. Oh, hey Mark. There's that. Still true. Hi Daisy, hi Krista. For those that don't know, the building that we're in right now used to be an international shoe warehouse for international shoe, and so the museum, when it first opened, they had a really big shoe show in 2000, so it was about 3 years after we opened in '97. They had a whole lot of events going on around there. Here's some of the shoe models. I've driven past Cementland. I have not been there. I've not been inside. We've driven around it before, though. Oh, nice. There was also a dino exhibit in the beginning, where the monster slide is. That's a 3-story slide as you walk in. There was before the slide was there was a giant dinosaur on loan from a Russian collection, like a huge dinosaur bone. I've got a few photos of that. We'll post those a little bit later. This is another newer one. This is actually outside. Bob didn't keep the models a lot of times, or like they didn't end up surviving for too long. So a lot of the models that we have are like within the last few years. This one is the water spout that's going out of the front entrance onto the lamppost. This one's older. This one is the elevator on the first, or that goes up on top of the roof. So So you can kind of see in the back there, behind the bus, that's the elevator. And outside of it. And I'm going to put out there too, we're going to have to clean the glass. This is one that looks like from Toddler Town, another model. And it's definitely a goal of mine to, well, get better lighting in here and also maybe get some more information about some of these. This is a castle tower that's out on the Monstro. And these are from, Bob had a, Bob had a mentor, Rudy Turini. These are some of his sculptures. And then this guy, we'll go look at him in a minute. This is actually on the same floor that we're on right now. And somebody else might be able to tell me what those are from. But one other thing I wanted to point out while we're going through here, people seem to like the oh, thanks Krista. I hope you and your family are doing well. We miss you. This guy since that was in storage, they ended up saving it. And then we got it as a gift to Bob or something. I'm not sure how that ended up there. This is another, if you haven't been so that is these guys. Yeah, so the model for this, if there are some of you that are just joining us, the model for this is back behind the center part that's not open right now to the public in Architecture Hall. And then these pieces, we saw a few of these if you watched the Wednesday show. A few of these were upstairs. These are from Rudy Turini, Bob Castelli's mentor. These are some of his sculptures. It sounds like people are working downstairs, which is exciting. These down here, the hostess company closed down for a little while, and so we ended up getting all their ding dong pans. We also have Twinkie pans as well. And this is it's going to be we'll look at this other one over here. It's going to be a little bit of a short episode, so we're going to get back and keep working to get this all open for you guys. Architecture Museum open, but for right now, you can see them through the window. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back on Monday with another show. Not sure what that'll be yet, but we'll figure it out. And if you want to check out any of our other programming, it's on our website, City Museum on Air. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Bye.